guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be testing something fairly new. I actually bought this a while ago, but I haven't had the chance to make a video on it yet. So hopefully I can get that out ASAP. Well, if you're watching, it's clearly out right now. So this is the Real Techniques 2-in-1 for a custom base. And I saw this at Ulta and I thought it was interesting because it reminded me of the little silicone sponge that everybody was talking about for a little bit, including myself. I also tested it out. And there's like this silicone thing right here. Show you guys. And it looks like a fingerprint. So I thought that was really cool. And then right here, it's different than the normal sponge. This says silicone surface texture to mimic your finger. So that's why this one has so that's why this one has this pattern going on here, and this one obviously doesn't. But I love the way that this sponge applies, and the other silicones, they didn't have any texture on them, so I'm really curious to see how this will apply. So I thought I would apply one side of my face using the silicone and the other side of my face using the sponge. And also look at how cute this is. Like matches my nails. If you heard that was a car outside, I'm sorry. So let me read what this says on the back. It says silicone surface texture to mimic your finger. Rounded side for blending. Pointed tip for target cover, so like concealer. Use damp or dry with foundation plus the complexion enhancer. So you can use both. I normally use the sponge when they're wet, so I'm gonna wet this one and let's see how this applies. Okay, now this sponge looks weird because it expanded and the silicone didn't. It looks like it's like trying to absorb it inside. But anyways, I brought my actual silicone sponge for reference. It's a little dirty because I do use it from time to time. So as you can see, this one has no markings. It's completely smooth. And this one does have some texture to it. So for this one, it's really good for like spreading around your face. But like if I really want to blend, I kind of have to like do this. Kind of like dabbing. So I wonder how this one is going to be. I'm trying to decide if I want to do like this silicone versus this silicone, or to see like how the silicone applies with like the sponge. I think I'm going to do this side with the silicone and then this side with the silicone. So let's prime the face. I'm going to be using the VDL Lumi Layer Primer Fresh. And I'm going to put that around my face. Primer I usually just put with my hands. I don't really put it with a sponge or applicator. Okay. Foundation. Now I'm going to be going in with the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. And let's see how that applies on, should I just dump some over here actually, since this is silicone, so. Get some. Okay, here we go. And a little bit, because since it's not a sponge, it's absorbing absolute zero, because even though a sponge can absorb a little bit, it's still like a little bit, where this is like, it's not going to absorb anything. So let me get a mirror so I can get up close and see good. Okay, so I can see the little marks. I don't know if you guys can tell, like the little fingerprint that's right here. So I think I put too much. Let me take my earring off. Okay, now I can apply better. Do I have to swipe it? Okay, actually, it's looking a little better if I actually swipe it around. Yeah, I put too much foundation. Um, okay, right here, let me see if I can zoom in. Right here, I can't get this part of my face with just the silicone. And if you guys can notice, the borders of this is like really, really dirty as well. So like I can't get into that crevice. Yeah, I don't like that. So now let's add a little bit to this side. And I'm adding just a little bit. And just to compare this with the sponge, I'm gonna put a little bit more on the tip over here. That's how much I'm gonna put there, and I even think that's too much. So like I said, because these are silicones, they don't absorb anything. So all the product that's there, it's gonna go directly to your face. This isn't gonna absorb anything. So it's really nice when you're able to spread it around and then dab the brush on it, or in this case, the sponge. But the thing is that this doesn't do a great job in blending. It's like very hit or miss with me. If I have a good day, then it'll look super nice. Like, look at that. But if I'm not having a good day with the silicone sponge, then I have like marks and it's not a good day. Okay, now that you guys kind of have an idea on what each side looks like, I'm gonna go back in and with the sponge and dab that all over to see if I notice a difference. And if you look at the sponge, this side was 100% clean, and now it's like it has some stain on it. So the sponge did pick up what was on top of the skin. Okay, so now let's see it now. Okay, so things that I noticed right away is that both of the silicone applications left my eyebrow and my nose weird looking. I don't know if it caught it on camera, but it was like breaking up over here. It was breaking up over here, and like my eyebrows had like some residue that I was like trying to pat away with my finger. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to test it out with some Jeffree Star concealer and see how that applies. But this time I'm not gonna use a silly sponge anymore. No, sorry, I'm gonna use this sponge on this side and the Real Techniques on this side. So let's start with this one. And I'm kind of dabbing this as well, like I normally would with a sponge. So there's that, and you can see like it's not totally blended under here. And I already know this side is going to give me a hard time because I couldn't even get the foundation to cooperate on that side. So let's see how it's going to leave this side. I'm going to have to use the sponge application part for this. It sounds like I'm hitting my face really hard and I'm not. So for this side, the concealer is clearly sitting on top of my face. It hasn't even gotten to this point over here where it can blend out good. This side is better. I think that this edge over here does help for like getting in these corners, but does it look amazing? No. So again, I'm going to go back in with my sponge and dab everything out. Oh yeah, that looks better already. Okay, now that after I like blended it out with this side of the sponge, this side again, it looks better. It looks more melted into the skin. It looks like more of my skin. It doesn't look like the product is just like slapped on top. Like I just put like some paint on top and I swirled it around and it's like there. It looks like it melted in and that it's more of my skin versus this one. This one also looks like it's just sitting on top. And I don't know if you guys could tell, but like it like chopped off a piece of my eyeshadow over here. And I'm like, what the heck? Because like at least if I accidentally touch near my eyeshadow over here, it's not gonna leave me like a clear line of demarcation, which is a big no-no. Sorry, my lights are off. Which is a big no-no. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and give my final thoughts. Hey guys, and I'm back. So I really wanted to talk about this new Real Techniques 2-in-1 for a customized base. So I think it's a very nice innovative idea. Like you have the fingerprint and you have this side, which I love, versus just this, and then I have to like look for my beauty blender. I like the 2-in-1 because I get to spread the product out and then like finalize it with the sponge part. Whereas for this, I just have to spread it around and really work with it some days. Like I said, this is sometimes I like the way this applies and sometimes I don't. So do I like this product more than the original? I don't know. I feel like I could live without this side over here. Like I don't need it, but it's nice because I get to spread it out and save product, which is super nice, especially if you have a foundation you love and your sponge just keeps soaking up everything. Like this Real Technique sponge, it doesn't soak up that much versus like another sponge. Like, you know, we all have that other sponge and it soaks up products where you feel like you have to like pump like 3-4 times more on your foundation because like it's just not spreading out enough. But versus if you have this, you are able to spread the foundation around and then you can like pounce it in and be like, aha, like I got it, like I'm using less foundation now. So it is a money saver in a way. They're both really nice. This isn't wet. This is the shape when it's dry. They were the same size, but now this one's wet. I do like the product. I like it because I get to spread it out. I like it more than the Silly Sponge. But to get in the corners, like no, it's not gonna get in the corners. This Silly Sponge does a better job at getting in the corners of my eyes than this. Both of them do stink for around the nose and the eyebrows area. Why the eyebrows? I don't know, but the nose I could understand more because it's not the flattest thing. Like it's very like this. It's out, so it like has to work around it. And these products are flat versus this, like you can like squeeze your finger and it's gonna like kind of morph. I think that's the word. It's like gonna go around it. So this Silly Sponge is nice. I like the new color that they added to it. It's really, really pretty. It's one of the things that caught my attention, to be honest. And Miracle Mixing Sponge for Foundation plus Complexion Enhancers. Mix, apply, blend. So I think this is also to like put your foundations in and like mix it together. So if you don't have something like a sanitary plate to like put your products on, you can use like either a brush. You could use a brush and like put it in here and like mix the foundations together to get someone's match perfect for their foundation shade, and then just like start patting it around, and then you like go in with this beauty over here. You could also use like this is like my little spatula I use when I go out and I freelance and I do other people's makeup. I use like my plate. Right now it's dirty because I used it, but like, you know, it's supposed to be clean, and then you can like mix things in here. You can like do that, put the product in there, keep everything sanitary. So I do like this this sponge. I will be using it because, like I said, it's really nice. I like saving product, especially if I have a foundation, especially if I like the foundation and it's expensive. Like that's the real That's like the real game changer over there. So anyways, yeah, I like the product. And go check it out at your local Ulta if you really want to. That's where I got mine. You could also find it at realtechniques.com, I think. So I hope you guys are having a great day. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe to my channel right here. Ring the bell notification so you get notified every time I post. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Also, we are slowly but surely approaching 500 subscribers. And let's not forget that once I get 500 subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. Thank you all so much for watching and have a great day. Bye, loves.